Well, good morning. Here we are on Friday. I am going to read a section from the Message Bible. I don't read the Message a lot. I don't like studying out of the Message Bible, but I definitely like hearing things in words that might sound closer to my modern English sometimes. So I'm going to read a portion of Psalm chapter 78. Listen, dear friends, to God's truth. Bend your ears to what I tell you. I'm chewing on the morsel of a proverb. I'll let you in on the sweet old truths, stories we heard from our fathers, counsel we learned at our mother's knee. We're not keeping this to ourselves, we're passing it along to the next generation. God's fame and fortune, the marvelous things He has done. He planted a witness in Jacob. He planted a witness in Jacob, set His word firmly in Israel, then commanded our parents to teach it to their children, so the next generation would know, and all the generations to come. They would know the truth and tell stories to their children, so their children can trust in God. Never forget the works of God, but keep His commands to the letter. Heaven forbid they should be like their parents, bullheaded and bad, a fickle and faithless bunch who never stayed true to God. Being free from the curse of the law, it should really compel us to stop teaching our children about the law, about the generational curse of the law. Oh, be glad you got Jesus now because this, it doesn't even matter. It's done with. Our children will use our lives as their foundation, whether it's good or bad. If you leave your children a good foundation, a legacy of love and trust, peace and goodwill, and a legacy of Jesus, that's the foundation they will build on. Unfortunately, we can leave them a bad foundation too. You see it all the time. People that were raised without godly parents. People who are raised with overbearing religious parents. It is so easy to turn away from God in your adult life. If you were raised with the belief that God was some overbearing kid on a sandhill with a magnifying glass, or some guy with a big hammer ready to smack you if you did wrong, that is not the God. And I can speak from experience. It's very hard to get away from that mentality that God is going to smite me if I do wrong. I will say this. The punishment for sin is, was, and always will be death. The only difference is we now have grace and we have the assurance from God our Father that He punished one man once for everybody. My sin was punished. Your sin was punished. If you sin tomorrow, that sin was punished in Jesus Christ. We have grace that separates us from God's punishment and wrath. God's punishment and wrath still is there, but it doesn't land on us. I'm not talking about consequences. You can do stupid things and deal with stupid consequences. If you speed, you're probably going to get a ticket. But the punishment of sin, the death and separation from God, was taken care of on your behalf. Teach your children that. Don't teach them they have to fear God so they can accept the love of Christ. God bless.